Hi, welcome to day 4 of the What's the Stitch campaign. Today I am wearing my denim button-up shirt and my denim pencil skirt. I don't know if double denim is still back in style, but I'm still loving it, so I'm definitely still wearing it. And I also had my maroon cardigan on and my small black boots. So today I'm going to talk about buying clothing sustainably on a budget. I definitely know what it's like to have limited funds. I'm a college student and I know that it can be difficult to want to buy sustainable things but not be able to afford the higher price tag. So I'm going to go through kind of my three biggest areas where you can find savings and still buy clothing sustainably. So the first thing, I've definitely mentioned it earlier in the week, is to know what you like. Know what your personal style is, know the type of clothing that you like to wear, that you're gonna wear a lot, and buy those things. Look through your current wardrobe. If there's items that you reach for a lot, build your wardrobe around those items. For me, I like simplistic things. I like to wear things that are easy to mix and match, so it's easier to have a more minimalized wardrobe. And I know that's not for everybody. A lot of people love to wear fun, vibrant colors, crazy prints, things that are harder to mix and match. So you just have to keep in mind that if you're going to buy those things, that you should make sure you're really going to wear them a lot. So really, really love those items. And then of course, you should wear whatever makes you feel comfortable. And something to keep in mind when buying those things is also the 30-day rule, another thing that I've mentioned. It was created by Livia Firth, who is a sustainability consultant for EcoAge, and she's also one of the producers on The True Cost, which is an incredible documentary about the fast fashion industry. And that 30-day rule is basically just you shouldn't buy anything that you aren't going to wear at least 30 times. And that can seem like a really short amount. If you wear something every single day, obviously 30 days is just a month. But if you wear an item of clothing, say, once every other week, that can be 14 months that you have to have and wear that item for you to hit that 30-day mark. And that's assuming something is year-round. If you have a dress that's fun that you only wear in the summer and you wear it once every other week over the summer, it's going to take you at least 2 years to hit that 30-day mark. So just keep that in mind when you're buying clothing. That 30 days can actually be quite a commitment for an item of clothing. The next thing to look into is secondhand clothing. I personally love to go thrifting. It's lower cost and it's much better for the planet because you aren't using new materials. No new materials had to be harvested to make that item because somebody already bought it retail. And you're also reducing waste that would eventually go into landfills by taking those clothes and giving them a second life, giving them a second chance. Because while thrift stores are great, a lot of that stuff, if it isn't sold, is going to eventually end up in a landfill. And if you aren't as comfortable with thrifting, because I know some people aren't, or they don't like the idea of wearing a stranger's clothes, another thing to consider might be a clothing swap. So you can do clothing swaps with friends where you get together and everybody brings a few things and you can exchange clothing. And that could even be a free option where you each get some clothing that's new to you and it's from people who you know, where maybe you're a little bit more comfortable taking that clothing and wearing that clothing from a stranger, or from somebody who's not a stranger. And then a final thing that you could do for secondhand clothing is vintage clothing. Vintage clothing is great because it's often made very, very well, because clothing was made a lot more sturdy in past decades before the fast fashion industry really took over. So that's another thing to consider, and you can find some really cool items doing that. And the final area to look into is actually sustainable brands, fair trade brands. The price tag on those items can be a lot harder, and it can seem daunting to see a shirt that's $50 and think, well, I can never afford that. But I think the thing to think about when looking at sustainable clothing is that it's really about making you think about what you buy and investing in a few sustainable pieces that you're going to wear a lot, rather than buying many, many, many trendy pieces that are much more expensive is actually going to be more price effective. I feel like I've saved money since I started thinking about my clothing, because I'll only buy a piece of clothing once every 2 months, once every 3 months, when I really feel like I'm missing something from my wardrobe, and then I can afford to invest in a more sustainable item, a fair trade item that's good quality, that's going to last a long time, and that is just a great way to help the environment. The one benefit of fair trade over thrifting is that in addition to not having as much environmental impact, you're also helping some of the most vulnerable people in the world because they received a safe living wage and safe working conditions, or fair living wage and safe working conditions for that item, for producing that item. So not only are you not contributing to environmental destruction and contributing to the fast fashion system that keeps those people in extreme poverty, you are in fact helping build the solution to get those people out of poverty. So that is all for today. If you have any questions or any topics you'd like me to cover over the rest of the campaign, please let me know on Twitter or Instagram, or email me at whatsthestitchcampaign@gmail.com, and I will be glad to do videos that you guys are interested in seeing. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye!